All right, guys. So today I'm going to be breaking down the trade that I made just over $3,000 on the longs on NQ. And I'm going to be breaking this down from everything from the higher time frame down to the lower time frames, how I managed the trade and how I executed the trade. Now I'm going to put the screenshot over here, and this is the trade that we talked about in the public Telegram. If you're not part of that, the link will be in the description below. But this is essentially the play that we talked about. Now, let's go ahead, and this was here on Wednesday on February 17th, February 18th. So during Asia session, I typically will look for setups in Asia session if it lines up between 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So a lot of people always ask me, what time window do I like to look for trades in Asia session if something ends up setting up? And this is typically going to be the time window that I'm looking for. Now, last night when we had NQ on the daily time frame, every single day I always look for, hey, can I anticipate the next daily candle for some sort of move, whether it's up or down? And based off of this current daily structure, we kind of looked at this as a potential upside move because of two things. Number one, we had equal highs. When this daily candle closed in here, we took out the low and we had three consecutive lows that were taken and the market closed back within the range. The market closed back within the range. And then when we go down to the 4-hour time frame, as we're going to do so in just a bit, we're going to see that there was also another confirmation that indicated that price may want to, at the end of the day, reach up into here. So we had equal highs and we had a fair value gap. Those are the main criteria that I look for whenever I'm looking for a potential opportunity. Is there a clear target that I can look for the market to trade up into? Now, not only that, this ended up forming at a level of support. So when we zoom out, the market currently right now is inside of a consolidation. So inside of a consolidation, whenever the market is trading around range lows, sometimes we're going to have these types of reactions. Now, the reality is the market had this impulse from this swing point in here. And let's go ahead, let's mark that out. We had the swing low to swing high. And then inside of this, as we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we're going to see that the market was essentially sitting at an order block, right? This last move before the push up. So this is going to be this area right here. This area, I'm going to map that out, was a fair value gap close in the prior consolidation before the move up. So the market ends up retesting it one time here. We retested it one time there on the second attempt. And look on the second attempt, what do we have? On the second attempt, we end up having this 4-hour EBP. Now, if you don't know what an EBP candle is, it's essentially a candle that takes out the prior candle's low on the bullish example, and then we have a close above the opening price. This indicates the market has some level of displacement. Now, if we ignore this in here, let me go to the replay feature. At this exact moment, we have equal highs. We have liquidity that was trapped because we swept out this low into a key area of support and we had a strong displacement. This is indicating this right here, this framework alone gives us the idea that the market now has liquidity overhand. So whenever we have trendline liquidity, and it's more evident on the daily time frame when we have these relative equal highs with the fair value gap, those are going to be areas that the market is going to be drawn towards. So now we have the framework. The framework is always going to be the most important part. Do we see a bullish setup and can we anticipate a bullish daily candle? Now, once we have this confirmation, now this is when I start to go down to lower time frames. I go down to the 1-hour time frame, and what we have here, we have an order block because this was the last down close candle. Then the market had a push up and we had a closure. Okay, beautiful. So now we're also inside of bullish market structure. And this is where the entry that I talked about with you guys going into the Asia session. So let's go ahead, let's plot this back out. And we know that we have this area in here, and we're going to just mark out these highs. So now during Asia session, when the market is coming into this fair value gap, I essentially had this order block that I was kind of watching to see if we would tap into there during the 7 to 9 o'clock time window. So that's exactly what happened. And this is exactly when I sent you guys a screenshot inside of Telegram, because at this moment, I'm like, all right, we're coming down into it right inside of the Asia session. And not only that, we're already starting to have a reaction at this area. And if we follow the market structure on the 15-minute time frame, because I get this question asked a lot, if I am bullish on a specific day, let's just say on the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame, I want my lower time frame structure to look like this, right? Where we have clear swing low, big push up, big wide range candles, right? Swing high, swing low. Market pushes up, we close above all this prior structure. Boom, right? Now we look at this leg. This leg is going to be the near-term leg that I'm going to be looking at because I want the market to have this continuation. We have already our upside objectives in here. We know we have these liquidity pools as well as the daily fair value gap. And all I'm looking for now is the market to respect this swing low to swing high entry around here. You can just buy this stop loss beneath the lows or the bodies of the candles. And then this was pretty much off to the races. So if we play this forward, and then this is actually where I added on a second position in here. So if you guys see, I actually had like one entry that was a little bit higher up. It was this fair value gap in here, because at this point, the market already pushed up. We created an order block, and it's more prevalent if we kind of push above there. And then from there, the market comes into this fair value gap. We've already broke structure back to the upside. And I was just looking for that move during London Open to just start to squeeze at this point, and that's exactly what we got. And that right there was where I ended up taking profit, because again, usually during London, if you have a move during London session, I don't want to potentially risk something like this during the New York session, right? Where New York session has a move lower, but then we ultimately do hit that fair value gap on the higher time frame. But we do so again after running stops again going into the New York session. Here's a little bit of a tip for you guys. Whenever you have a session changeover, so if you're going from Asia session to London, or you're going from London session to New York, sometimes there's going to be some sort of run on stops. Not always, but there's going to be some sort of run on stops. So if you're in profit on this type of move, you typically sometimes want to just take some level of profit just to secure, just in case you have something like this where the market ends up, dropping a little bit lower to sweep out more liquidity before ending up, pushing to the ultimate objective. So pretty straightforward trade. This is exactly how I trade. I like to use specific candlestick types within my strategies. I also like to identify key higher time frame moves and then lower time frame structure. When I know that the higher time frame is bullish and I start to see lower time frame structure is being bullish, this gives me great risk to rewards. This gives me great entries, and it gives me high probability conviction in where the market is going to go, as you guys have seen inside of Telegram for a length of time now. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave a comment and ask me anything you want in regards to this video. And if you aren't, make sure to check out the public Telegram. I post all my analysis 100% free inside that Telegram group. Make sure to check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.